That sound can mean only one thing.
Alien invasion?
I haven't been back in this room. I haven't been doing as much work in here this week or last 2 weeks. And it was noted to me, it has been pointed out that I am, if I'm not going to do a show before the biggest game of the year, I am fraudulent
Boo.
to the YouTube space. Like I'm literally not, I'm just doing this because for the wrong reasons. There are a few comments that I deleted because they were nasty, but at least I know that people were curious and listening. I don't know who some of the haters are. I think they could be other comedians. I think.
Where were their hateful comments?
It doesn't matter.
Wow.
It doesn't matter.
It's a slippery slope, One day you're not doing a show about the Super Bowl, next day what, huh?
Yeah, well, and it's not just that. It's I fancy myself as foreseer of the future, and I did pick things right, and I don't have any visual proof of this. So that does,
I saw an Instagram story where you said Tom Brady -3.
Well, sure, and very few and very few find that
sufficient.
Yeah, well, especially when a lot of people picked the Super Bowl wrong. Because we haven't been here since last week.
Oh.
Yes, since
you got some angry Nancys.
Well,
that were like...
a lot of people picked the Super Bowl wrong. It was not a good game. It was the lowest rated Super Bowl in a long, long time.
Oh my God.
The lowest rated Super Bowl.
Unentertaining.
Well, I think it was unentertaining for those who bet Kansas City.
Oh, yeah. I don't think it was unentertaining for them. I think it was massively painful.
And that, to my right, is the one and only Richard Sarvate. Thank you once again for coming.
Absolutely.
Richard,
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, and donating your brain to this.
I am an organ donor.
This 13-mile demilitarized zone between madness and sanity. The full spin zone. We have actually our frontline worker, our very own frontline worker, Dr. Abby.
I'm dizzy from all the spinning.
I'm getting nauseous.
And not Peloton spinning.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure.
And hold on, you would have picked Tom Brady, you say?
Yes. Judging just from the periphery that I've heard from you guys on the gambling and sports show, I had a feeling it's like you don't bet against Tom Brady. That was the lesson that I learned. And so if I were a betting woman, that's where I would have gone.
Yes, I mean, it was...
Statistics don't account for magic.
Coming from a doctor, that's scary because I feel like you're not supposed to believe in the M word.
That's with sports.
Sure.
Not in the hospital.
No, but in general, there's no such thing.
But I think doctors, we always get a sense, we're like, this is possible, but my gut feeling is...
I bet the doctors are gambling in the back, like, what's the over-under on him surviving?
Yeah, he's toast.
Really?
I've heard people say that about more than one person.
Toasty McGrosky.
Yeah. Like,
wow.
Or she.
Yeah, I feel like... I feel like the Super Bowl was, if you wanted Tom Brady, it was a great time, which is going to get us right into our first news segment. Because last week we did talk lightly about the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we touched.
And then it was the coach's son.
It was a sad Super Bowl story.
Sad Super Bowl story, did not travel, and that maybe did affect...
Yeah, it could have, for sure.
The game.
The coach's son died, right?
No.
No, he was
he's-
drunk
he was
driving.
drunk driving.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
okay.
you were drunk driving during last week's show.
That's true. I thought he was dead, and
No,
that's
he was
why.
like arrested.
No, but
okay.
I think one of the children.
The child was in intensive care. I don't know. I don't have a
Yes.
follow
Oh, he
up.
killed a kid. Yeah, while he was
Almost,
drunk driving.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
You were like, I knew there was some death.
Someone died. I knew that.
Well, on to happiness. This is one. Yes, I like this.
So Tom Brady was celebrating in Florida and chucked the Super Bowl trophy across the water to another boat.
I have a couple different views. Okay, here's one right here on the. Okay, let's forget them. Right here. This is another great view of this. Look at this.
Oh yes, another angle.
Throws it from the boat. You can hear his daughter, little daughter, like, "No, Dad, no." But he's look at this. Look how far this is.
Yeah,
Look.
and it's, that's not a normal quarterback throw. That's
Underhanded.
Yeah, that's like a grandma throw.
Yeah, and I think some people, they were taken aback by this, and okay, what does the article go on to say though, Doctor? Nothing. There wasn't any.
There's like no text.
No testimony.
No.
Look, so you're saying some people think that it's a little bit.
Well, the little loosey-goosey for Tom Brady.
Okay, hey. If you have 7 Super Bowl trophies, I think you can be loosey-goosey with one of your trophies, okay?
Okay, now, if you haven't seen it, they are saying that Tom Brady was pretty wasted during this whole boat excursion.
Good for him. He deserves a drink.
Yeah.
He's so disciplined otherwise.
No, he is.
He's probably such a lightweight.
He is, but if you
right to
see,
his head.
like, there's photos of him being just like held up. I'm trying to get these photos.
I mean,
Yeah, like his tolerance is definitely very minimal. He's like
I could probably outdrink
right
Tom
here.
Brady.
vegan.
Here, this is him. They say just being held up, and someone was like, "Oh, he just doesn't have his sea legs."
No. No.
But Tom
wasted.
deserves it. He is.
Yeah.
He is not only a man amongst boys in the football world. I think the fact that they were able to do, since it's Tampa, they were able to do the parade right there in front of whatever college.
Super spreader college.
No, but they were able to do it on a boat, and people were able to come out and
Yeah, I mean, he could do heroin, I think, and it would be justified.
no, I think it's nice that they were able to do this. Are the cases going crazy in Florida?
I don't know. I would have to check. I think cases across the country are going down, but I always thought Florida's numbers were a little suspect. So.
Well, I mean, how about the variance? Is it a big deal?
That's a very open-ended question. I don't know what's
I
happening
don't
in
know.
Florida.
Tell us about the variance.
I don't know
And the
specific
mutations.
answers. I'm not a
And the
COVID
spreading.
scientist.
Well, no, I mean, I'm just curious because that did look a little super spreadery.
Yeah, no, that looks super spreadery.
But it also looked like a great time.
It looked dope.
Yeah, plenty.
It looked
Most
like-
great times are super spreadery.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think if there's one thing that we've learned covering the news.
Fun equals super spreader.
Yeah. Now, for Tom Brady, they did show some video. I should have this pulled up of someone's TikTok in the locker room, one of the players, and they're all partying, and Tom is just like packing his bag, like no big deal. They're all like, "This guy's on so many trophies, he's not even celebrating."
Well, that's what I'm saying, dude. I mean, 7 times? I haven't done anything 7 times, let alone win a Super Bowl.
I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool that that he won and got drunk. That being said, I think it would have been way cooler if that trophy didn't make it.
Oh, that would have been great.
The story to me is if it doesn't make it. Like in my mind,
yeah.
I visualized it a great many times.
Can you imagine just being a fish swimming around and a Super Bowl trophy hits you in the head?
How much is that trophy actually worth?
That's a great question. Look it up. Like I
feel like it's the glory more than the
teams
trophy.
Teams don't really
right?
sell them. Like once you get the trophy, you put it in
yeah,
a
but I'm
trophy
saying how
case.
much like
well, that's the thing.
material.
It's kinda, I don't know of any ever going for sale.
Well, sometimes
It's called the Lombardi Trophy.
Yeah,
I know that like some sports players pawn their rings, for money.
Well,
sometimes.
yeah, you can, but that's not a ring. Like that's not gonna hurt me. A fish is getting out of the way of a ring.
That's
because
true,
it's falling.
I don't know. It could be one of those like Coca-Cola rings. You have to cut them so the fish don't get stuck. What if a little fish gets stuck in the ring?
It's priceless. Like there are certain things that you just can't put a price on because they don't get sold. They can't like you can't put a price on a Formula One car. Because of all the R&D that goes into it. Like you can't just sell it.
I'm just wondering what the materials are like.
What is it made
like
of?
Who's making it?
It looks like a stainless steel.
$10,000. That's what I found.
That's what it costs? That's
what it's valued at. That's what I'm saying. It's like the trophy only matters because you won.
To Tom Brady, like he doesn't even lace up at the sneaks for 10 grand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Totally.
He doesn't get out of the bed for 10 grand.
Yeah, the World Series is valued at $19,000 and then the NBA one $13,500. That's what I'm saying. It's like even if he dropped it, like
so these
he
are
would
just
buy
like trophies.
another.
I could go to Stan's Trophies and be like, "Can you make?"
Yeah, I feel like
I don't
the
know if Stan makes
ring.
them.
Could you make me a Lombardi trophy? You'd be like, 10 grand.
Do you have 10
Yeah,
grand?
there you go. Done.
I'll do it for 9.
Yeah, be like, I won a Super Bowl.
Wow.
See, the thing is, if you had a Super Bowl trophy in this podcast room, I think that would really make the room.
No, if I gotta say though, if this show ever takes off, I'm getting a Super Bowl. I'm getting a Lombardi trophy.
Why don't we just make some Emmys or something and put them back
Yeah,
here?
why not?
Series, 3 or 4 Emmys.
Yeah, right?
Behind
I'll
you.
get the EGOT, the Emmy,
Yeah.
Grammy, Tony,
The EGOT
and Oscar.
with the Vince Lombardi.
Yeah, the EGOT.
EGOT.
Well, I didn't do it in the right order, but the EGOT.
Yeah.
That's what Miranda got the EGOT.
Wait,
Lin-Manuel Miranda, I think.
so
has it.
that's everything, all of them
It's
together?
usually composers and musical people
Yeah.
who can get the EGOT.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like it would be for someone of my what I
Your
represent.
talents.
Yeah, so to get the EGOT would be
Yeah,
a busy time.
you
Like
getting
I
a
would
Tony.
be busy.
Which, if you got the,
like a one-man show on Broadway.
if you got
Yeah.
the EGOT, what is the maximum distance you would throw it to a friend?
Well, it's 4 of them.
Yes, you got to duct tape them
4.
together.
Yeah, that's,
You have to
and
chuck
then
them
the
one after
spikes.
another.
Yeah.
And then you hit someone with the Emmys
Oh,
spike.
ooh.
Oh my
That would
God.
definitely go viral.
Yeah.
You'd probably
Sounds
win another.
injurious.
All right, doctor, moving right along.
Okay, so this is a follow-up.
Yes.
Another senior leader of the infamous Sam Gore drug syndicate has been arrested. So this is Lee Chung Chok has been arrested in Bangkok.
Yes, let me say this.
Who was a prison mate of the other
I
guy.
looked a little bit into the Sam Gore thing. I'm pulling it up here now. Like these guys are badass. Like there was no photos. This was not a good link for imagery. Now these guys were real deal. But it's not going to stop anything, is what I've found out. Nothing will change.
It's too big.
Well, no, just nothing's going to change. Like you can't. We have found, if there's one thing that we have learned in America, is if you go to war with drugs, you
Drugs
don't win. Yeah, like you can't beat them. Like you can't. So whatever happens, like there's gonna be another way, another pipeline. So I guess we'll just move unless you have anything.
No, I actually didn't read this article.
Okay, well, no, it wasn't. I did some research into it. And I thought about a few, but it was just all about the war on drugs in another country that they're going to lose, and
It's a series of countries.
well, in another part of the world, I guess is what I was thinking.
I still want to be part of a syndicate. That has not changed.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of part of a comedy syndicate.
I really like that, and I think, but it needs to be bound together with some sort of emblems, maybe a cross,
Sword,
Trophies.
yeah, trophies, absolutely. Yeah, coat of arms.
Emmy, Grammy,
yeah,
Tony, Oscar, Tony.
I would love if our syndicate could win an EGOT. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we could take turns displaying at each of our
High
houses.
ambition.
For the one-man show. Or like you guys would produce the Brian Moreno one-man show yourself.
Well, I would do music, right? So that we can get it all together.
Oh, yeah, you'd compose it.
Yeah, I can compose for the Brian Moreno Show.
What am I, occupational health?
Yeah, you're the occupational health provider.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure what that is.
You can do the dancing or something. Try to go for a Tony.
Yeah, what is
I don't know.
What is occupational? Like you got to
like-
pick your I'm a foot. I do the foot.
No, it's like I'm
your
the
occupation?
employee health.
Oh.
Like I do health advising.
So you don't really take care of anyone.
I can
But
if you're employees.
so you're like the nurse.
Yeah, like the
local
school nurse.
Oh,
Like
that's
very
a good job.
overqualified.
I think if we incorporate as a syndicate or whatever for tax purposes, then if the syndicate wins the award, then everybody within
What kind of music do you do, by the way?
I can play the guitar.
Can you?
Yeah.
Wow.
You guys know that?
Well, I mean, not that you ever busted out.
Yeah, where is it? Bring it over.
Okay, I'll bring it over.
Yeah, like,
Write us a theme
why
song.
have you not
Yeah.
done the opening
Yeah.
song?
Okay, I'll play.
I'll pay
I'll
you $29.99.
I'll play a Brian Moreno song.
Good month opening, bro.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is my new source of income here. I just
Great.
write a new Brian Moreno song every month. I switch up the
Wonderful.
lyrics. I keep the melody the same, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
you
a
ordered
racket.
stuff to do. There you go. There you go.
Grammy, here I come.
What you got next, Doctor?
Okay, this story is upsetting to me, but a substitute teacher has been charged with 19 counts of child molestation after video surfaced that she took of herself masturbating with a class full of children. And this is in Georgia,
Now,
which I think is gross.
there's so much to unpack here. Like,
Well, she was a substitute teacher. You know what I mean? She's not the main teacher.
really the bottom of the barrel here.
Yeah.
Well,
The substitute teachers are known for not sticking to the lesson.
I guess.
this is that's hilarious.
They're not. They're
Okay.
just there to look after the kids.
What grade?
It never said in the article.
I
so
didn't
I
see that
don't
either.
know.
Okay,
I could see if I could find out.
So what class was she subbing for? Was it sex
There's no
education or?
detail.
yeah, the details are very sparse on that.
Because if it's math and she's masturbating, that seems a little,
Well, see, the thing about being a teacher.
Second grade.
Wow, see, that's horrible, actually. Wow.
Now it's
That's-
horrible.
Wow. No, because like 7th, 8th grade is when I tend to feel like become a little more numb to this story.
When I was in the second grade, this girl showed me her vagina, and I didn't even know what it was. I couldn't believe
Was
what
it
I was
the
seeing.
teacher?
No, it was just a girl in the class.
Okay.
She was also in second grade.
Do you still in your mind, can you not believe what you saw?
Yeah, I think he still
yeah,
can.
you still seem
My
shocked
mind was blown.
by what you saw.
We were in the cafeteria, and she said, "Look under the table." So I looked under the table, and she had her skirt up, and I was like, "There's no dick there," and it was like terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, wow. Now the way you say it like that, yes, it sounds terrifying.
I'm just glad I could share right now.
I feel like that definitely it affected your life. Now,
I think about it every day.
If these kids, I don't know, this woman obviously to me, she is sick.
Yes.
Like there's a sickness to it. So I'm just happy she got caught.
Yeah.
Because you feel like people that prey on this age group, if it's that young, usually get away with it for a long, like, why?
But apparently, she sent the video to people.
Yeah, she took the video of herself.
And posted it, right?
Yeah, I
with
don't
like
know where she-
apparently there must have been kids in the background or something, but she sent it to people.
Well, that's the thing. She probably grossed someone else out. Like,
Yeah.
right? She probably, like, she showed someone and grossed them out, and they're like, you can't do that.
This is
Yeah, like, they probably know. They're like, yo, what's her name?
It's like Essler or something
Amelia
like that.
something.
Amelia. Yeah, yo, Amelia, look at this video. Yo, what do I do about this video Amelia showed me? Like, look at
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the kind of people like, yo, you gotta turn it.
Yeah, I wonder what happened. Like, if you sent me a video of you masturbating in front of kids, and then I was showing it to David Murphy, I wonder what we would do with that.
Yeah, you'd be like, yo, you might have Brian needs to get help. Like, you got to turn him in.
You would definitely hit Murphy's story, though.
No, you got to turn him in.
The thing is, Brian, I would not turn you in. If you sent me a video of you masturbating in front of kids, I want you to know that I would be like, oh, don't do that. I would not post that.
Yeah, I would hope you would say, I would hope you.
Yeah, I would give you some guidance.
But the thing is, she's probably crossed the line before.
Oh, for sure.
Can we talk about the 19 counts of molestation?
20, I thought, right?
Nearly 20, which is 19.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. That's a really good student-teacher ratio. You know, like when I was in school, we had 35 kids in our class.
Well, no,
That's huge.
A couple of the kids could have been sleeping, had their back turned.
Right, yeah.
Writing on the other board.
Did all 19...
So they don't count. So
I see.
See it. Yeah.
God, it's only 19 directly saw vagina.
Yeah.
I wonder how they extrapolated from the video, all the triangulation.
But I mean, that's gotta hurt the school's reputation.
That's for sure.
Like, if I was a parent at that school, I don't know if you would ever hear the end of it from me. No way. I wouldn't pay full tuition for my kid to go.
At a PTA meeting, you would be raising your hand. Excuse me?
Raising my voice. I'd be, yeah.
Imagine being slapped with 19 counts of molestation, dude. That's more than like R. Kelly.
No, I mean, she's never gonna have
she won't be substitute teaching.
She needs some type of rehabilitation. She needs to go to jail. You just hope that the jail system, like, I don't know what it's like for females, but for men, they get institutionalized, and I think
it's not that different for women.
Once you get institutionalized, it's hard to find your way out the other side. And accounts like that, my goodness. You know, this is why I wanted to bring it up, bring this article up, because it also was serious. You know, I have to say that it's like, if people do crimes, like, because we live in this society, I repeated this a few times, where people think there's no repercussions to their actions, and that is not a world that I want to live in.
One of my teachers went to jail for sleeping with a student.
Age? What are the age, though?
The kid was, I was in 8th grade. And so the kid was...
how old is that? 13?
13,
yeah. So, yeah.
Still too young.
And she was a weirdo. Like, when... dude,
you remember?
I remember.
Teacher?
Yeah. She would come around, and she really liked me, but she never wanted to sleep with me, which is kind of upsetting,
but that's the thing. Like, the kids' hormones are running. I understand that they should probably not teach anymore.
Oh my god, dude!
But you know, France is moving to 15 for consent.
She cried in class one time. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying. She could. Let's hear.
Yeah, no. She was doing a lesson, and then she just stopped, and she just started crying. And
okay, you shouldn't be teaching. Okay.
And then 2 years later, she molested a kid.
There has to be red flags before. Like, there's some people aren't made for some jobs. Not everyone can do everything, and certain people shouldn't be teachers. They should not be teaching our youth, our future, my future. All right, Doctor.
Okay, this might be a job that all these people are a little more suited for, but Hulu is coming out with a documentary on OnlyFans.
Yes, I watched it today.
You watched it
today.
OnlyFans Selling Sexy came out on Hulu yesterday. Mm-hmm. Looks at the rise of the platform and the lives of its creators and some figures that are on it.
By the way, we know Sylvia Sage, right? I mean, she does comedy. Like, I've been on a couple shows with her.
Okay, so that she says in this documentary that, and I'm like, I think I recognize her from. I thought, but I never knew you did nothing with sex. Like, I didn't know. Like, I don't ask those questions. I just listen to your jokes and. Okay, like, we're looking. This is I recommend this documentary. It is on Hulu. This guy, so funny, won't show any D. Stops right before, and so he's like kind of burning out because he's like, how many times can I do like implied nudity?
Yeah.
But he's got like 17,000 fans paying like $10.99 or $13.99 a month.
See, but that's on the high end. The average OnlyFans user is making $180 a month.
That's not a lot of money.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the average. These are just the top.
Yeah, see, like I learned about I didn't really know about I knew about OnlyFans, but I had never really seen the platform till this documentary. Some people are like Nikki Glazer is part of it. Donald Rawlings, but Nikki Glazer's like, I pay for porn. Like she's really into porn, I guess.
Wait, Nikki Glazer pays for porn?
That's what she said in the documentary. And I have a fundamental line that I draw there. Like there aren't many lines in the sand that I've
But you
drawn
won't pay for porn?
No, it's free.
Porn is free.
To be free for the world. I am a fan, and I think this OnlyFans, like, because
it's public domain, yeah.
They keep talking like, oh, it's more personal, and like that's a relationship. I'm not looking for this is not, like I don't. Not. They're like, oh, some people. They basically eroticize everything. Like some people want to see me doing just household things naked
I think there's a market for that for lonely people.
Well, no, and that's fine.
Yeah.
People are into what you're into. That's fine. I'm just
not one of those people.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
I'd be like, you're vacuuming again? Do you have people over?
You're like, come over here and vacuum.
Yeah, that carpet is totally clean.
Yeah, it's not. You're wasting time.
Can you steam the carpet?
And it's like so this Sylvia girl, she's like, oh, I do boyfriend for a month thing or something like, or a week, like, and she'll do posts like about, and I'm like, doesn't sound cool.
Well, it's weird. It's weird to be that lonely and to use this as to fill that void. You know what I mean? Like instead of seeking out a real person to connect with, being like, this is my fantasy girl that likes me.
Oh, I mean, and the thing is, everyone's fantasy is different. I just I find it very interesting that the platform, like, it looks exactly like Instagram. Like they just copied Instagram and then they added like a tip button to be like, what up? And then the Sylvia girl's like, if you want to send me a dick pic for like $3, you have to pay me through like, what?
On her
that's crazy.
Like that's amazing. I find that amazing.
She's making money to look at dicks.
Well, yeah. Well, and she's like, people do it.
Wait, so okay, I can send Sylvia a picture of my dick and she'll look at it for how much?
Well, you don't know, like when you say look at it, you may glance. So, like to look at it.
I'm going to put a detail in the picture that she has to pick up on to let me know that she actually looked at it.
Yeah,
like I'll hide like a Easter egg in the back.
I find it amazing, and like OnlyFans, they did $250 million in 1 month of business. Like that's a lot of business.
Yeah. I mean, Bella Thorne really got them on the map, huh?
Well, someone like Bella Thorne goes on and she says she's doing it for a movie role, which the director denies. And then she's not even on there for any type of nudity. Yeah. Which kind of takes away from the girls like, no.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm here fucking my boyfriend when he's tired. Because this one girl's like, my boyfriend comes home from work and he's tired. I can't force him to make a video. And I'm like, you saying that leads me to believe you do. like, I just think he's like, no.
It's hard work. You know?
Like in the lighting. And the light. Well, I know. They got lighting. Ring lights everywhere.
Well, yeah, killing the shadows,
Yeah,
like I don't want to see puppet shadows on the wall.
Yeah, so I find it very interesting. Like sex, some of the taboos of sex I don't necessarily believe in. I think so much of this world is driven by sex, and so much of it is like frowned upon publicly. and I don't agree with shaming for that. I just find it interesting, the growth of the platform in the time of pandemic, because I guess people wanted that connection with their pornography, which is something like in my heart, like I get anxiety thinking about. Like,
can you imagine? Can you imagine if you were waiting for a message back from a girl on OnlyFans? Like,
like I don't. That's not like I don't. When it comes to that part of my life, having a connection with, I can't imagine wanting that.
oh my God, Sylvia's my girlfriend for 1 week.
Yeah,
Mazel tov.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna be a
and-
great 7 days.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of money flowing around, and people, if they got, who knows? Because I bet a lot of small business loan money went to OnlyFans. Like, these people who own these businesses with like 5-10 employees, who got like $500,000 from the government, who can't.
I mean, we could start an OnlyFans for
Who can't
Brian Moreno
use
Show.
it, and they're just saying this is advertised, like whatever. They're saying I'm sure if there are people using their small business loans for rap videos, I'm sure there's plenty going to OnlyFans.
Wait, they were using the loan to make photos for OnlyFans?
Make
videos?
No, use the money to be Sylvia's boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
Like that money, instead of going to their employees, it's going to Sylvia. Okay, is what I'm saying.
Oh, so they were using the COVID loans?
Yeah, that's why
The stimulus?
Yeah, because a lot of
Hilarious.
people have these small businesses, like whatever, rappers, musicians, whatever, and they get these loans, and you can't use them for your employees, and they blow it elsewhere, and it's not legal.
Well, how much does it cost to be Sylvia's boyfriend for a week?
Well, that's not the point, and I don't. All right, doctor, moving right along.
Okay, Florida man is back.
Nice.
So Dustin Tyrell, 21, is pleading no contest to criminal mischief after throwing a rock into a Wendy's because they didn't have a Cinnabon.
No.
I get it, man. I get it.
Okay, now
I sympathize.
you look at Abby and David there on the screen. David Tyrell, Dustin. You guys could be related.
Please take that back.
No, but he
I
looks.
do like cinnamon buns, but not from Cinnabon.
Yeah.
I prefer a fresh local.
Well, now he looks like.
He's hungry.
No. I hate to stereotype anyone based on looks, but he looks like he might do a drug or two that makes him hungry. And that being said, I can imagine he looks back at this time in his life as a moment that he let some of his animal instincts take over.
I mean, I can imagine if you're high and you want a Cinnabon, the only thing that's going to solve that craving is a Cinnabon. And if you're at Wendy's, what else are you going to get? Are you going to get a Frosty? No. You want carbs and sugar.
Okay, what's the best Cinnabon you've ever had, doctor?
What do you like? Is it a real cinnamon bun?
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know.
See, mine was actually at a Cinnabon.
Yeah,
I was going somewhere with this.
Okay. I was like, you're really putting me on the cinnamon bun spot.
Mine was at a Cinnabon. I remember the childhood memory. Like this, it was hot. I saw them making it.
Oh my God.
I was young. I was at the mall somewhere. Can't even tell you what state.
I know.
But I know, like when it hit my mouth, my brain was like this. This is something that
Did you get the extra sauce on the side?
probably I think probably.
Yeah.
I don't recall that, but this is something I can get behind.
Oh my God. It's chewy. It's sweet. It's hot.
Yeah, and it
Fills
affected
your
me.
mouth.
It still affects. Right now, it's affecting me.
I think the way
I'm hungry too.
I think it's left an impact on you the same way that girl's vagina left an impact on me.
Same. It could have been the same age.
Yeah. Second grade.
Second grade.
We had vastly different second grades.
Now, I have to say that no, I don't condone throwing a rock ever through a window, and this is excessive. And I hope, Dustin, I hope it was just a fit of rage and not some total delusional breakdown. And this is the split of a person out of the beginning of a. I hope not. I hope this was just a momentary lapse of judgment.
Well, I think you're always, unpacking deeper seated emotions. Like.
Well, I think so. Yeah, I think so. But I hope, Dustin, this was like it only went as deep as his stomach, the hunger. I hope this wasn't because of something his father did.
I think he's mad.
Well,
at
he
his
got
dad.
in trouble before for punching his father in the face.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's why I think I said if I was, I hope this was just about his hunger, though. The father thing could have been a genuine, tuffle between, father, son.
Maybe the only time he ever bonded with his father was at a Cinnabon, and he was just trying to recreate that moment.
See, now. See, Abby, doctor?
Mm-hmm.
Doctor,
If you need a psychoanalyst,
yes,
I'm
what
here.
about that? What about that diagnosis? Okay.
Which diagnosis?
On to Richards. On to the next story.
Okay. A North Carolina woman has donated 62 gallons of her frozen breast milk for moms struggling with lactation, which I think is a nice story.
Yes, I thought this was a nice. Now, this is a serious news show.
I did gag when I saw that picture, though.
Okay, yeah,
Why?
that is a little gross. Now, okay, this
So
is
much.
That's a lot of breast milk.
It's hard to breastfeed sometimes, and you gotta get it out and pump, and it hurts when it builds up.
Well, I was gonna say that's a lot.
And
of
she
breast
started
milk.
overproducing, so she just saved it all.
But don't you think like she would be dehydrated at some point?
Yeah, like all that's coming out of one. She was doing a gallon a day. That's crazy.
That's a lot, doctor. Like, I also wanted to ask, how abnormal is that?
I'm not an GYN, I guess, would be. Who knows?
Yeah, who do you even go to?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you have to keep up with your own nutrition, obviously.
I mean,
it's the same. It's growing a baby takes a lot of energy too.
yeah, but you're pumping out a gallon of milk a day, like that's
like a cow.
yeah.
I think cows probably make more than a gallon a day.
Well, like a smaller one,
It's like a
a
calf.
smaller calf, right?
Yeah.
That one that's not.
I don't even
maybe
know how to respond to these statements.
Imagine, yeah, wow.
No, I think it was a nice story. I'm just curious how like it's okay.
It sounds
but
like she's taking some RBST.
okay.
That's
No,
what I'm
I
saying.
almost forgot. Like the thing that got me right here is in this photo. They
Is it like
had-
some lunch meat or something?
No, they have one thing of Arm & Hammer. Okay, like doctor. Mm-hmm. Knowing what you know about keeping things fresh, is that Arm & Hammer doing anything?
I'm not an expert on keeping things fresh.
Well, right there, you see this Arm & Hammer? What has that done anything to protect the milk?
I think it just protects the odor of the fridge.
Because that's probably that's a stinky.
That's why
No,
I gagged.
I don't think so.
breast milk-
No, I don't
breast
think
milk
either one
eating.
of you are making good points.
Imagine if I filled a freezer with that much of my cum. That would make
Okay.
someone gag.
I'm gonna throw up.
See, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah, but breast milk is very different from that.
no, it's not. It's a liquid that's coming out of a person's body.
Okay. Different levels of that.
They're both used for feeding new life.
It's a very broad interpretation.
That cannot be denied. They both create new life.
All right, doctor. That was gross.
A not so bright Oklahoma teenager had her fake ID seized at a bar. She's 18 years old. And then she called 911 to get the police to get her ID back because she thought that she could outsmart the police and that they wouldn't be able to check.
This is the truest form of white privilege in America. To think people like this think cops are their friends. They're like, oh, they'll get me out of this.
Now,
So ridiculously painful to think about this situation.
Yeah, like I looked at, like look at her photo. Like she's
a Karen.
She genuinely looks like, look at this. This is the right before a face turns to a full Karen.
Oh yeah.
This is like a youthful looking Karen.
Wow, yeah, that's like a Katrina on the way.
It's so funny. Like everything about the way she looked totally makes this story seem believable.
Oh, totally.
And I hate stereotyping once again based on looks alone.
What kind of name is this? McCamey Kane? That's what she made up on her.
Yeah, it's
ID.
they found somebody with that name, McCamey Queen.
I don't even know how you
There's a man in Texas.
Actually,
So there's a man named McCamey?
Yeah,
and he was registered to a motorcycle.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
I don't think his first name is McCamey, but the last name.
Yeah, his last name was Queen. Yeah, Queen.
I like McCamey though. Especially because it's McCamey.
McCamey.
Yeah, it's McCamey. It's not like, like a MYC, like a Michaela kind, like a funky spell of Michaela. This is McCain, like it's Irish kind of.
Yeah, like your
I have no words.
pronunciation there. Yeah.
No, I thought the smoking gun this week had some really crazy stories. Like, I do not enjoy all of their material, but this week,
Do you think
Creme de la creme
Yes.
of the smoking gun.
Do you think this is a fun bar, the Wolf Trap in Edmond?
Sounds like it.
I would love to hang out with the Wolf Trap.
Now, I think she has a long future of causing problems ahead
Sounds
of her.
like it.
Yeah, I think, and I hope this puts her the straight and narrow. But just based on just some of the facial features, I have to say she's gonna.
Poor prognosis.
She's probably going to have some racist video within the next 5 years. Something will come out.
That sounds like an accurate
Stay
prediction.
tuned, listeners.
Yes, stay tuned because I will follow up with McCamey Queen on this. If I could interview McCamey Queen remotely, that would be wonderful. Doctor, moving right along.
Gorilla Glue
Oh, this is
has another victim.
unbelievable. I can't even believe. Go ahead.
So the original Gorilla Glue scenario was the woman who used it instead of hairspray and couldn't get it off, and finally, after multiple solvents, has been able to cut her ponytail off. But another man was claiming that he could put Gorilla Glue on a cup and take a sip and lick it off.
Okay, now hold on. Explain, like, the Gorilla Glue challenge.
So this woman, Tessica Brown, ran out of hairspray and sprayed Gorilla Glue spray because it said don't go on skin, but it didn't say anything about hair. And then her hair was glued to her head and she would shampoo. She posted all these videos that she would shampoo and it wouldn't come off, and it spread this viral thing. Like the news was talking about. The Washington Post had an article about
And
this.
you had seen this.
Yeah, and she was like, went to the emergency room. They couldn't do anything for her.
How long ago was this?
This was like earlier this week. This was a rapid story.
Okay, yeah, I obviously...
You missed it.
Yeah, this week has been busy for me because this seems like something I'm going to be all
Her hair
over.
was definitely in place, though.
So, okay, so...
Yeah, so this guy, Martin,
look at this.
said that he didn't think it was going to be as serious as she made it seem, and he was proven wrong and also had to go to the ER, and part of his lip might have to be cut off.
Look, the cup is stuck to his face.
It's still, and he's wearing a mask.
Well, they won't let you in without a mask.
Even if a cup is stuck to your
Got to put the
face.
mask on.
So that is protocol.
Yeah.
Abby,
Yeah,
Dr. Abby,
you gotta.
at your hospital.
Yeah, they won't let you
I
in.
come in glued.
Yeah,
Cup
mask
glued
on.
to my...
Yeah.
Can you, just have a mask.
This is... I was shocked when I read this because I
We
felt
should go
so
back after and show you the
out
hair
of
ones.
the loop. I did not know
Well,
a Gorilla Glue challenge was a thing.
It shouldn't be. I mean, after seeing those videos of that woman, I would think no one would want to try this.
People should have no questions, though, to the efficacy of Gorilla Glue.
Yeah, no, I use Gorilla Glue, and it is really
Very
good.
sticky.
Well,
Yeah.
I have a problem with Gorilla Glue because I always get it on my fingers.
Yeah.
Use gloves.
Good point. That's why you're a doctor.
I'm a problem solver.
Okay, now, to use it on your hair,
Really not a good idea.
man,
The real question is, what is Gorilla Glue?
how
stock
bad did
doing
her
right
hair
now?
look?
Wall Street Bets is shorting Gorilla Glue.
How bad did her hair look?
Well, I
though?
mean, it was plastered to her head.
And did you think this? Did you? You'd seen all of this before?
Yeah. I was in the loop.
What is the challenge, though?
I guess idiots were like, let's see if it works. I don't know
Let's
that.
see if
I
it
don't
works.
know.
The challenge.
Yeah.
Like this to me had all the makings of a Russian guy's story,
No.
but it's not, and that surprised me.
Glue them together with Gorilla Glue.
Yeah,
Glue his hands behind his back.
for those who watch regularly the Russian stories of this is right in line with what they do on YouTube. They get way more views than I do.
Yeah, I watched that woman's video where she plastered the hair to her head, and she was like, "I took a shower 4 or 5 times. It didn't
Yeah.
even come off."
That wouldn't untouchable.
And what did it look like? Windblown?
No, it was like plastic.
Plastered. It looks like painted on hair.
Yeah.
It's definitely not moving. It's,
Yeah.
She definitely accomplished
No, it
what
was a
she wanted to
helmet.
accomplish.
It was a helmet.
I like a windblown look from time to time.
This was not for you.
The thing is, why is Gorilla Glue making a spray? You know what I mean? That could be confusing for people.
I agree. It did look a little like a hairspray, but
But it's crazy glue.
yeah, but it's
Well, let's go back in time, Doctor.
Okay.
Or whichever. We can go.
we can go back in time.
We can go back in time, or
Yeah.
because we're ending on our science portion
Yes.
today.
Yes. Okay. So there were some leaked PowerPoint slides that I can't read, hinting that China may be developing a form of a time machine.
Well, yes. Now,
A lot of shady
Which
stuff
they
going
are
on in this
denying,
article.
as China does deny.
now
I mean, I can't really understand
now here's
what
the
science
PowerPoint
is.
in case
Yeah.
anybody
Yeah.
wants to. I can read that.
Please translate it
And
in the comments
This,
below.
yeah, this. Well, this is about the
That part.
Brian Moreno news show.
You got it.
EGOT. Like this is totally unrelated
Yeah,
to
yeah,
this
yeah.
picture.
Well, I
can
think it
tell you.
spins.
This is-
Yeah.
It looks like it spins, don't you think?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I would think so. It doesn't look like this. I like how this article had DeLorean. Because, that's what a time machine is, obviously.
So, reading about the machine, it only can send you forward in time.
That doesn't sound like you don't.
Yeah,
know.
that doesn't sound like a time machine. That just sounds like being able to wait for a while, you know?
Yeah, but also you don't know what's happening. I feel like we're all afraid of the future.
Now,
Yeah, it's
that's the thing. What if you go to the future and it's all robots?
and you're like, fuck,
You're
can we
like,
go
whoa,
back?
what?
And then how do you send a message back to someone to tell
You
them?
can't. You're done.
You gotta,
You're done. You're in the future.
You're in the future, you're done.
Yeah, everyone's gone. Like the robots won.
Yeah, I would not go into the future.
Yeah, I'm so
That
not
sounds
down with this machine.
unreliable.
at least Back to the Future, you know, like
There we-
you knew what to expect
Yeah.
because you're going.
Well,
Back
that would imply
to
that
the
you went
future.
back in time already.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why, going back to the future is a lot better than just going to the future blind. Like,
Yeah, I would never go blind.
I'm only going back.
I guess we're going blind right now.
I would
living.
I would love to go back and do the Tampa Bay Super Bowl show.
I would buy so
Oh
much
my God,
Bitcoin.
yeah, so
I would just buy
much Bitcoin.
so much Bitcoin. I would just
I
buy
would
the
have
Bitcoin.
all of
Yeah,
the
I would just be the
Bitcoin.
queen of Bitcoin. I would have bought it all.
You could just go back in time 3 days and you could make yourself a millionaire, right? I'll just
Yeah.
I'll just look at whatever stock went up $1, and then I'll buy 1 million shares of that on margin. Rich.
Well, you can't. I mean, you got to have some capital reserves to buy that much in margin.
All right.
Yeah, and I don't know how to buy stocks, so.
Okay,
No, but
ask Brian 3 days ago.
Well, the easiest way right now would like figure out which cryptocurrencies are going crazy.
Yeah.
Put a bunch in that, and then just transfer it to
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
I still like my plan of going back to 2010 and buying all the Bitcoin.
Yeah, see, like,
Because then you don't have to go back too far.
Yeah, it's not too much of a schlep.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess I'd have to get like a different iPhone version, but.
And that's really interesting to think that the movie Back to the Future, like, all he could get was the gambling stuff. Like, we got no stock tips out of Michael J. Fox. Got no Bitcoin advice.
Yeah, come on, give me the Bitcoin.
Yeah, you had no like what automotive makers are out of business. Like which ones?
Dude, yeah.
Who doing like what? Where's the Google?
Yeah.
In that movie.
Yeah.
What? See,
IBM.
All we
right?
get are some stupid picks, like an almanac for sports picks. That's a really
Useless.
interesting.
I think the Brian Moreno Sports Show is kind of like time travel because you get to know what teams are going to win before.
No, that's a great point. No, that's thank you. You do, and I think maybe tomorrow we do a sports show with Steve. We'll talk some basketball if you want. You want to?
I'd be down, yeah.
Yeah, that would.
Now
be good.
you have to.
Well, no, I have to, and I have
get
to
some
acknowledge.
vitriol in
Well,
the
no, I have to
comments.
acknowledge.
If you don't, you're a phony.
Yeah, you're a YouTube phone.
Well, I've been called, to go back, to go back to the open mics and stuff like that. A few people have left comments like that. I don't pay attention.
Time to go back to the open mics. That's such a dig.
All right, doctor.
Okay, so scientists have suggested that they have found a portal to the fifth dimension.
I like.
I don't really know anything about particle physics, so you're going to have to take the lead on this one, scientist.
Okay, so this is super interesting for a few reasons. So basically, the world as we know it is explained by certain things that we can't see or
Measure.
in any way.
Yeah.
In any applicable way. Gravity being one of those, but also what holds gravity together. What binds the universe? Like when gravity's not there, there's still a binding force, which makes up the major percentage of our universe. But what is it? And everything kind of falls within a hierarchy, like the lightest objects being at the top, heaviest at the bottom, planets, being the heaviest, and air, obviously, gravity being the lightest, but it seems to be the most powerful. So the theory is that this binding force actually is something that is outside our ability, because we can only see things in 4 dimensions.
They call it dark matter, right? Is that what you're referring to?
Yes, this would be, we can only see things 3-dimensionally, excuse me. But 4th dimension would be, I guess, gravitational
I thought
wave.
time was the fourth.
Well, time is we can't really see time. We can only see
But
things.
we experience
Yes,
time.
we can only see things in 3 dimensions. That's what yes. And we believe time to be this. That's a whole nother thing. But they think that in theory, they have been able to pinpoint what this matter is. And if they can somehow see this matter, theoretically, wherever you could see this matter, you could see into what they are deeming the 5th dimension. That is extremely theoretical.
This makes my head hurt.
But it is an extremely the reason I wanted this article in there, it's extremely valuable that this type of science is presented to the youth and maybe to just one extra person to get them interested, because it's going to take someone probably outside of science or the normal scientific universe to come up with some real groundbreaking theories and to be able to see the world in a different way in order to figure out what some of this is. If it can be figured out, if it's within our...
Well, I don't know if I agree with that.
I do. I absolutely do, because there are certain... Some of this applied physics stuff.
Well, I think you have to be so educated on this stuff. You just have to tap the right person.
Well, sure, you have to tap the right
to get into those things.
And this isn't even applied. This theoretical physics. Some of this theoretical physics stuff, it takes it takes a mind that.
Well, he's a genius.
Yes, but can also see differently. You know, as much as Einstein was, there's plenty of geniuses, but there aren't those who can see the things differently.
But he was educated.
Yes, but he could see things differently.
But
no, I said outside the normal scientific communities, because some of them, they just pound their heads looking at things the same way, and I think it's going to take...
Well, I mean, it's like a disruptor.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but they still have to be... brought up, like educated in the right way to be able to kind of do that.
I didn't say anything. I
It's
said
going to be a homeless guy sitting on the corner
I
of
don't
Los
think
Angeles and
that
Fairfax.
guy is
the Cinnabon guy.
I mean,
The Florida man is
the
probably going to
Florida
be the guy who
man. I
discovers a
don't think
fisherman
so.
because he threw the rock at the
I
Wendy's
think
and
they
it
still
disappeared.
need access to books that
Yeah.
have gone through the findings up to today.
Well, I think it's great that we got another dimension. It's been a while.
Sure.
We've been stuck at 4 for how long?
I find
And,
3 perplexing enough.
I sit and think about these things, when I get the chance, and I watch quite a bit of really scientific things that are outside of my scope and understanding, in hopes that I can tap the universal information pool and, get downloaded something, but it's never happened yet.
Maybe we'll figure out what the 5th dimension is on the Brian Moreno Show.
So maybe if I just start speaking in tongues, it's because I'm getting a universal download or something. And
I'm like, wait, he's going into the 5th dimension.
yeah, because there was some mathematician, but he could have also had some brain tumor. He woke up one day and was able to do all this crazy mathematical stuff, and found this Indian scientist did all this wonderful stuff and passed, but never able to do it before. I have to say, this was a very unique episode of the Brian Moreno Show.
All our episodes are unique.
Yes, I think, yes. I did you have fun, Richard?
I did have fun.
Yes?
This episode had its own unique DNA coding, I felt.
No, absolutely. And we'll get back to some happy animal stories next week. But I needed to do a little science. I haven't done... For as much as I am a space cadet, I have given very little space time to this show, which I will. There's a few people. I had to get a little better at some things, but so the time to spread the wings, I suppose, into the 5th dimension. Right? I mean...
Don't fly too high, Icarus.
Leave the Gorilla Glue at home.
Yeah, thank you, Doctor. That's actually really good advice. Oh, Richard Sarvate, the pleasure has been all mine. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hopefully your teachers didn't touch themselves or do anything horrible. Hopefully your 2nd grade friends are less
provocative.
Yeah, very. See, there you go. You kept it within the lines. I love it, Richard Sarvate.
My diction is fairly good.
This is the Brian Moreno Show.